So we finally got another update on the launch of XDefiant from Mark Rubin, the executive producer, and today I just wanted to quickly go over all of that with you guys, as it is definitely pretty important to the launch of the game. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more XDefiant content, and be sure to check out the new gaming channel as well. I'm covering Starfield over there, and we are on the way to 1,000 subscribers, where I will actually be doing a setup tour once we do hit 1K. So be sure to check out the new gaming channel as well. But with that being said, let's get stuck into all the news. So just yesterday, as well as today with some follow-up tweets, Mark Rubin tweeted out another update, and I'm pretty much just going to read the whole thing out for you guys, as there is a lot of good information in there, and then I will touch on my thoughts on it afterwards. His initial tweet said, "Hello XDefiant fans, another update for you. I've got a couple of things to discuss, so be sure to read everything, so let's get started. As I mentioned in my previous post, we are currently in our final submission phase, and because we did the first submission, we are in a much better position to do well on our final submission. We still need to wait and see, of course, but the process is really well documented and controlled both at Ubisoft and the first parties. Microsoft and Sony really have this down to a science, which makes our jobs as devs much easier. As I mentioned in my last post, the submission phase is really about compliance and functionality of platform-specific services and interactions, and while that has been a big focus for us, we're also still looking at the game for any issues that we would not want to ship with. Again, that is being done by our internal QA/QC teams. The final report from the first parties is due soon, but we still want to fix some bugs and issues that have been found that we think are important enough to fix before launch. We are currently evaluating the work, running some more large-scale tests, and we'll have an update for you once we know more." So for one, I'm personally very sorry that we didn't hit the window that we wanted, and by that initial window I should just add he means launching in the summer, because technically speaking, as I'm recording this video and as it's going live, summer is technically ending, so they've missed that sort of summer period, and that is what he's getting at there. He continues by saying, "We're working to make the best game we can for our fans. Normally we wouldn't be sharing all of this behind the scenes stuff, but I think it is in the spirit of what we've done in the past, and I also hope there are people out there that are interested in game development and enjoy seeing behind the curtain. I admit we were aggressive on our expectations of when we could ship, but that's just because we are really excited about getting XDefiant to our fans." Now, he tweeted that yesterday, but then this morning as I'm recording this, he's actually just tweeted a follow-up saying, "Just a quick follow-up to my last post on a personal level. Do I wish we had launched the game that we've been working so hard on back in July or August? Yes, of course, but games take time to finish, and we weren't ready no matter how much we wished we could have been. And you know, we basically promised the community we would be open and transparent and work with our players to build this game together, but that means seeing behind the curtain, which isn't always as pretty a picture as it gets painted. But what you are seeing is pretty normal. I'm super proud of our team and what they've done, and I can't wait to get our game where it belongs, in the hands of our players. I think we have a lot of cool content planned for many years to come. Our launch is not the only important moment, it's just the start of this journey. Thank you all for the support and love that you've given us, and can't wait to continue this journey with you all." So once again, that is some very solid transparency there from Mark Rubin. He has absolutely killed it in terms of just being transparent and giving us all the information that we need to know. This is something that just does not happen in the gaming industry, and it is very refreshing to see this from Mark Rubin. And although obviously it's a shame that it is slightly behind their initial launch period and when we thought we would be getting the game, the transparency is great, and it will only result in a better game at the end of the day. Now, if you go and look at Mark Rubin's tweets and actually look at the, I guess, responses to it in the comments, weirdly enough, the community reaction is being taken really well, and that is because of the transparency. Now, every other time I've seen a game get delayed, all you see when you go in the comments is you'll see the occasional, like, yeah, this is probably for the best, delaying it means it's going to be better when we get it, but pretty much 90% of the comments are usually like, "Oh, what the hell, you guys are idiots, you don't know what you're doing, this game's going to be a disaster." Those are the sort of comments you can generally expect to see, but literally every comment that I've read on Mark's tweets are just saying, you know, "We're in full support of you and the team, thank you for the transparency." That is pretty much all the type of comments they're getting, and it goes to show that this level of transparency really does help with the community, and it's something that I hope actual other developers look at and see Mark Rubin doing this and decide to do that for their own games, because I think this is only a good thing. I do not see any negatives to being so transparent. I don't know if maybe the investors and stuff aren't the biggest fan of it, and that's maybe why a lot of other companies don't do this, but as a player, this is absolutely 10 times better than when we're just left in the dark, even though ironically we are kind of being left in the dark here because we still don't know a release date. But yeah, it's not quite the same as being left in the dark where we fully just don't know what's going on. Yes, the release date isn't announced yet, yet, but they are pretty much providing answers as to why that isn't the case, and that is definitely very refreshing. But anyway, guys, that is the quick little update I wanted to give you. Like I said, unfortunately, we still don't really have a release date. He did confirm they are in their final submission. He said that usually that takes around a week, and he posted that midweek. So let's just say by the middle of next week, there is every chance that they have passed that submission. And then he said in his previous tweets in the most recent video I made on this topic that there'd probably be about a 2-week buffer between when they get approved and when they can actually launch the game, because they've also got to put out a day one patch unless they do get like a full approval from those first parties. And so probably around 2 to 3 weeks after the middle of next week, that is when we can still probably expect the game to launch, meaning we are probably still going to be getting it within the month. I'd say around the middle of October, maybe like middle to late October is probably when we can expect XDefiant, provided nothing goes drastically wrong in this final submission. But again, we will just have to wait and see, and there is every chance that they can actually push it back beyond that, because like I said, he did mention they have pretty much found a few things that they want to fix before they launch it, and we don't know the severity of those things. Maybe they're going to take another month to fix them, so we don't really know, but I would still bet on the game launching in October if I had to, provided, like I said, nothing drastic happens. But that is going to do it for this one, guys. Like I said, keep your eyes peeled for more XDefiant content. I will definitely be updating you as the game goes. And on top of that, like I said, be sure to check out the new gaming channel if you are interested in Starfield, and there will be plenty of Spider-Man content and Assassin's Creed and all that kind of stuff covered on that channel, so be sure to check that out as well. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you all out there on the battlefield.